Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tremayne, if you don't already know me, but my friends, they call me Trey. And this episode is really special as we wrap up season 2. I talk about reinvention. It's been a core theme I've been hearing a lot from different entrepreneurs and business people about this being a season of reinvention, especially after going through a season last year, really trying times. But one of the things that I notice is these same people are facing a lot of resistance. And I'm here to tell you that's good news. And with that said, check this out. I don't know who this is for, but if you've been feeling some resistance over the last 2 weeks, I just want to let you know that's good news. That's good news. And as we're wrapping and turning the corner of season 2, so this is the 12th episode. This is the last episode of season 2. I'm just reflecting back on the beginning when it started off with me in that meeting, and the meeting was so challenging. If you saw that episode, it was so challenging in terms of just understanding, the person I was on the other line with. And we got to fix, we got to correct it. But that's how the last 2 weeks have been. It's been like these points of resistance where if you don't have the maturity, it's going to make you question yourself. It's going to make you question what you're doing, and you're going to miss what the growth that's happening in the invisible realm. Not to get too deep on that, but you're going to miss there's something happening where you can't sense it, but the growth is happening. And you just have to stay grounded in that fact. Because it is a fact. Even though it feels like you're putting the effort and you're not getting the results or the yield that you feel you deserve. Let me get across the street. It doesn't negate the fact of the growth that's happening that's not visible to your eyes. You don't have the visibility into that. Which sometimes, that's how discouragement sets in, because you don't see the yield visibly. So this YouTube experiment that I've been running, been going every single day, almost 25 days, 24 days today. And in a lot of ways, it makes you question, why am I doing this again? You have to continue to go ask yourself, why? Which is a powerful tool to understand your why. So I had to go back and listen to myself, talk to myself. What's up, brother? Good. I had to listen to myself, talk to myself, so I can encourage myself and remind myself of why. So if you're out there, you're listening to this, hope that helps you, because maybe I need to tell myself that. But off to the gym. Let's go. So yeah, I'm gonna just go to the gym, clear my mind, just keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Going down.
Keep going. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. So it's the top of the month, and I'm gonna take a little bit of time to. I usually map out my month. I go back and I look at what I set for last month and kind of push that over. Things that I completed, things that I didn't complete, things I should stop doing, or things I should start doing. So I just take some time, about 15 minutes, and go through everything, and then set up what I want May to look like to the best of my ability. So I just noticed one thing in April, at the top of April, that I said that I wanted to do. I didn't do it all. I'm just looking at this here, like, okay, I said I wanted to do this, but I didn't do it. So I'm gonna push it over to May to see if I do it. And if I'm not doing it, I always have to ask myself, why? And it seems pretty important. Why did I not make this a priority? And you have to, what I'm doing is like thinking, what was the priority that I had over this thing that I said I wanted to do that I didn't do? And why didn't I take the time to make it a priority? So what's cool is I can go back and just read all the notes and ideas and things that I was thinking about. And then what I do is, where's my highlighter at? I'll take my highlighter here and I'll go through all my notes from April, and then I'll just highlight the things that, oh wow, and just see what pieces. Documenting and tracking is so critical, and that's the point that I'm really trying to make here. Like, documenting your life, because so much is flying in our purview that we don't even realize. So I try to do my best to document, to capture these notes, these ideas, because you never know when they're going to come back. Because if you're given ideas and you don't do anything with them, and I've been in this position before where you see other people doing something that you were thinking about doing, but you never did. You didn't execute. You didn't put a plan around it to make it happen. So one way to respect the idea is to write it down. Write it down. You don't have to do it on paper and pen, but if you just do it on your notes, that's sufficient. Sometimes growth causes you to need to reinvent yourself for whatever moment or season that you're in. And I've been on this theme of resistance and how to work with the resistance. And a lot of it has to do with you wanting to grow outside of your norm or your status quo, whatever your status quo is. And at the core of it is being able to consistently reinvent yourself. So every season in your life is like a new era. A lot of people get stuck in an era and don't reinvent themselves, which is a scary place to be in, as the world is moving so fast and is more dynamic. Being able to reinvent yourself consistently over and over again and shedding your ego is a critical skill. I was just talking to an entrepreneur friend of mine, and like a lot of entrepreneurs I spoke to recently, last year was a bad business year for a lot of us. I can attest to that personally. But what happens is you have to reinvent yourself. You have to come out stronger than what you went in. And that's what he was talking to me about, on how he lost like 90 pounds. Like, he really reinvented himself, and it was really inspiring to hear his story and everything he's been through, and how he's using past hiccups and headaches to reinvent himself. And it seems to be a common theme of reinventing yourself. So we got a new entrepreneur at the lunchbox today. Not today, but yesterday. And she's She does chips, hydrated chips, like out of apples, and she gave me some samples. So good. I mean, when I took a bite out of it, the flavor, you got to check these out. So it's ccjsnacks.com. CCJsnacks.com. You got to try them out. They gave me a sample of them. They have all different types of flavors. These are the apple chips. I was told these are the #1 bestsellers. I could eat them guilt-free. I said something to somebody yesterday in a conversation that I was thinking about earlier today. Is I was comparing running businesses and running a business, a venture, as a spiritual practice. This is the first time I heard myself say this out loud to myself. So I just want to put it on record right now. This idea of business as a spiritual practice. And what I mean by that is this practice of creating flow or creating value, and that value unlocking value that wasn't seen or realized by someone else. And it's just this exchange of energy and flow. And it was interesting. I don't know how we got into the conversation, but I said it out loud. It was the first time I said it, so it might have been sitting there in my subconscious. And I just want to put it on record now, and I want to explore that idea a little bit further, a little bit more. And I think so, because I think it's something to definitely look into and explore. There's something there. So just for record's sake, I just want to just put that on record, and I would love to, explore that with you. If you're out there, if you are an entrepreneur, and even if you're not an entrepreneur, just in life, the work that you're doing as a spiritual practice, a religious practice, if you will. So I want to share that. I want to explore that with you, and want to hear your thoughts on that as well. The best $5 I've spent in a long time. It was an essay pack called The Post Individual, and it's pretty cool. It came with a little video from the author, a PDF of the full essay, the MP3, some other writings and notes from the essay, and then this chart that breaks down this whole idea of the post individual, and then of course the essay itself. I remember on one of the other episodes I did, I was talking about buying content that's high quality content, and this is just an example of that. From people that are really writing on the edge and really exploring new ideas and new concepts. This one in particular is about the internet, and how for centuries we've always had in our dream, like he called it the dream space, thoughts and ideas that weren't unlocked until the internet came. And because of the internet, and because people can express themselves in different ways, this is the birth of this idea called the post individual. And this is just the first edition of it, Yancey Strickler. And like I said, it was the best $5 that I spent, because it really spoke to a lot of the things that I'm doing now, and how I see the world and how I see it changing. And this is just another example of these content, these high quality content that you don't find like on Twitter or any of these things. I mean, you can find like the seeds there, but in terms of like these well thought out pieces, you have to buy this, and it's worth it. And this was probably one of the best $5 I spent last month. You know what advice I don't like? When someone says, if I can do it, you can do it. That's not good advice at all. Only because there's so much nuance in how success even happens. There's context that's missing from that advice. So when you tell somebody, if I can do it, you can do it, it's just missing so much nuance, and it sets that person up for failure. So you can read as many success stories as you want, but your life has certain nuances and contexts that only belong to you, and you have to discover that on your own. There's no silver bullet. There's no silver bullet, and um, I'm reading somebody's. I'm talking about this because I'm reading somebody's biography story of a person that is doing something that I would like to do one day, or what I'm aspiring for, I should say. And I'm just reading it. I'm like, it's this person's life took so many different turns, so many different things had to happen for that to happen. So that's what you have to trust in, you knowing and believing you are the person who you think you are. And there are bits and pieces you can take from people, yes. From a principle stand, you can take principles from people. You can take frameworks, how someone thinks. But that exact path, sometimes, and I've done this, when I was younger, is you think that you try to mimic that path. And it's not organic. It's not organic. So one of the things that you have to be able to, when you're reading somebody's biography or reading how other people did things, you have to really be able to separate out the meat from the bone, literally, so that okay, these are the principles, these are the mindsets that I can definitely apply and integrate into whatever you're doing. But to tell somebody that because I did it, you did it, that's really bad advice. I'm telling you, it's bad advice. So take it with a grain of salt, but I wanted to share that because I'm being triggered right now by this. This is what they call back of the napkin math. Back of the napkin math. Shutting it down for the day. So if you made it this far in the video, really appreciate it. Like I said, we don't take it lightly. If there's something in this video that resonated, please share it with us in the comments. Give us a like if you don't have the time to do that. Like I said, this helps the algorithm know that something exciting is happening, something's bubbling, and want you to be a part of it. Peace.